Good morning. I'm Yatish. I take care of marketing for this product called as Bigin. Let's get started with the product. So, agenda. First thing is going to be a quick walkthrough of all the core feature set that we have in Bigin. And second, it's going to be about integration. So we believe as a small business product, this has to sit well with a lot of commonly used business applications that you might have in your day-to-day processes. So that's going to be the second discussion for today, the integrations part. And what is a mobile first approach? So let's talk about the mobile first approach that we have in Begin. And of course, what's new? What do we have? And of course, what's cooking? What's coming up? I think we have this obvious question wherever we go is why begin when you already have Zoho CRM? So what can be the answer to it? See, there are 750 plus CRM vendors in the market. A lot of vendors, right? This is just a sample screenshot from a popular review site G2. But when you think of it, not every business is ready to get started with a CRM right from day one. Now, imagine the day when your CEO or the CMO just told you, hey, we're going to get a CRM system. Were you all happy? Probably not, because it's a lot of admin stuff is involved. I know learning curve is also something that's pretty huge for certain sales teams and other teams. I think this summarizes that, right? Like this meme. No, one set of people using a CRM are happy. The other set is just like, okay, we also use a CRM, but what about it, right? So I think that's why we believe it's always about using the right tool set. Whenever, be it in your business or day-to-day, processes, lives, or a haircut, for example. So we believe use the right tool. And just to give you a perspective on this, understanding the ideal solution, whether it's Bigin or Zoho CRM. So Bigin is focused on people who want quick setup. They don't have an extensive customization or they don't have extensive automation that they want to set up in their CRM right from the word go. So it's easy. It focuses on pipeline management. I'll talk about that next. And of course, it's cost effective. And at times, so if you are a Zoho One customer of Zoho, we can even use it together. So we call it the hybrid model, wherein some businesses use Zoho CRM as their main CRM. Let's say there are like 5 intensive users of CRM in an organization. They do all the admin level stuff, and there are, let's say, 10 to 15 field sales reps or the junior sales reps. They don't want a full-fledged version of CRM. Probably they just update like 5 notes a day. They just visit 10 customers a day. They just want to update very basic information for which they don't need like a full-fledged CRM, right? So that's where the hybrid model of Begin and Zoho CRM comes in. Of course, you can use these two solutions standalone, but just it's an option for few customers. And let me get to the core features set. I was talking about the pipeline management as a concept. So this is what you see when you log into Begin, today. So this is like on the left, you will see all the pipelines, contacts, companies, products, activities, dashboards, and messages. Do you like this UI? Does it give you like nightmares or is it comparatively better? Yeah. Yeah, so this is what we call it the pipeline management system. So what is a pipeline management system? So it's nothing but a clone of your day-to-day sales processes or your customer facing processes. I'm sure you would have heard about CRM for everyone yesterday, right? The whole idea behind CRM for everyone and the team pipelines is the same. So CRMs are not only meant for sales teams. Think about any activity that you're still doing on spreadsheets. Even take your lunch orders, for example. Yes, sometimes you prefer spreadsheets, but what if you just have a list of things in your CRM, or even something like I have a task that is coming up. It is an ad hoc task. It is not related to one particular thing. Just want to create a pipeline, put some 5 stages in there, and then track, where I'm with the process. So it can be used for any kind of pipeline. So I have used sales pipeline here. So once a sale is done, I'll push the customer to a customer onboarding pipeline. And of course, when my customers have more questions, tickets, I can have a customer support pipeline. And of course, if you're all like lovely customers, I'm going to get testimonials from my customers through the customer testimonial tracking. So this sets the context, right? So let's say if you are a travel agent, you deal with multiple types of customer operations. One would be, of course, new bookings. I'm going to visit India, for example, right? The visa process, collection of documents, all those different stuff can be put in the new bookings process. And of course, second thing, I can even have a different pipeline with different set of stages for my existing customers who ask for rescheduling or refund management and all those different processes. So think of it in your day-to-day processes also, where all you could bring these multiple different pipelines into perspective. So it could be real estate, it could be like, recruitment, for example. And that's why we have 30 different templates. 30 pre-configured templates. It could be the industries that you could be part of, like let's say real estate, software consulting, legal, education, and a lot more templates. And of course, there are team-specific pipelines. There is a project tracker. There's a recruitment tracker. So you could also ask, Zoho also has something called a Zoho Recruit. Why do you have a recruitment pipeline here? So we understand not every small business or a growing business will actively hire, let's say, 100 candidates per month or anything like that. Probably they just hire 2 or 3 candidates per year. No, why do you want to invest in a separate solution for that, where you can just have a custom ATS built inside Bigin through the recruitment tracker pipeline? So this goes on like this. You could build any pipeline. Of course, you can take help of the pre-configured templates that you see here. And of course, you can always customize your pipelines the way you want. And the contacts. So today you meet me, let's say we have a good discussion and you want to follow up with me, right? Without a CRM, how are you doing it today? Probably people just make notes, they forget it. I also forgot it a lot of times. And then, the information goes everywhere other than a unified, system. So that's where we bring a unified view for all your contacts in one view. And of course, products module. Let's say if you are an e-commerce company or if you sell services, for example. So anything that you sell, be it products, services, just put a list of that inside Begin. And let's say when there is a deal, you could always associate this product with the deal in your pipeline. So that makes it easy. So it's not always about like what you sell, and it's also specific about like what product or what kind of quantities that you have attached, and or other things like that. And a very beautiful calendar view. We also bring in information from your Outlook calendars, Google calendars, and of course, you can create your own activities inside Begin, like the tasks, calls that you have, any other custom activities that you want to set. It brings, a good calendar view for you to have a complete control of your day and, the processes. And collection of data with forms. So we have built-in forms, data forms, wherein you can just bring in any kind of information. It takes just hardly 10 or 15 seconds for you to build a form that I have just built. So just drag and drop the fields, put it on your website, or even share it on your social media. We have a QR code option. For example, let's say if you are coming to an event like this, you just pop it up. So, any kind of custom data collection is possible with our forms feature. A lot of us struggle with duplicate data. Cleaning up is a mess, right? So what if we give a basic option wherein you can clean or clear these duplicate data in your CRM effectively? So there is a duplicate cleanup option available in Begin as well. And of course, the dashboards, right? All your performance related numbers, charts, KPIs, any kind of targets that you set for your teams, and all those things can be tracked with this dashboards module that you see in Begin. And of course, for people who sell internationally, who work with multiple currencies, let's say USD, pounds, euros, there is an option to embed that into your Bigin processes, automatic conversion, day-to-day price changes. So all that is updated within Bigin as well. Next, we'll switch on to the communication part now that the core data management part is done. So, think of communication and think of calls, right? Zoho has a system called a Zoho Phone Bridge, wherein you can have any PBX vendor, a calling vendor that you have, you can bring it to Zoho, and of course, use that to make calls, receive calls, record calls, and a lot of other contextual stuff. So there are more than 100 plus telephony vendors here in Bigin. If you have your favorite PBX vendor, you can just integrate that in Bigin and start calling from day one. And email accounts, any Zoho Mail, Gmail, Outlook, Microsoft, anything that you have which supports an IMAP configuration, that can be ported to your Bigin account as well. And even it's not just about email integration. Think of this option wherein you get an email in Gmail and you have a crucial lead information. So there is a widget that brings this information from Gmail to your Bigin account that you see right here. So let's say if you get let's say a travel request has come in, and I'm a travel agent, I can get all the basic details first in the email, push that to Bigin, and also create a pipeline for me to follow up later. WhatsApp. When you receive messages from your customers, so you don't need to open WhatsApp on one end, a CRM on one end. For example, let's say there's an order status that you want to send to your customers. So this helps with the two-way sync of information from your WhatsApp for business account and the customer data in Bigin. And of course, you can respond to WhatsApp customers right away within Bigin, and with more contextual information. What did they purchase last? Did they have any support query coming in? So all these different options are available with the WhatsApp integration. And of course, connecting with social media. One native integration that we have is Twitter or X. Let's say you receive DMs from your customers on status orders, all those things. You can connect your social media platform. And of course, online meetings. We have a native integration with Zoom meeting, and of course Zoho meeting, wherein again you can start your meetings within Bigin itself without having to switch between different tabs. And of course there's a recording that you can set up within Bigin as well. So think of this option as lead chain. So you run ads on social media, right? So let's say it's across the Meta platform like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, WhatsApp. So all these different ads that you run, there's a lead form that you have in these different ads. So lead chain acts as a connector in this case, wherein you can bring these leads from your social media ads directly to Bigin. And of course, you can track, which ad they came up from, and any kind of post, sale conversion that you want to track. This makes it really easy with the lead chain integration for Bigin. And let's switch over to automation part. So there is a very simple workflow automation that is available. So all you need to do is just set up a trigger. Let's say, trigger this workflow when a contact is created. And next, what condition you want to give. Let's say create this workflow when a contact is created and the state is Texas, and what is the follow-up action. So either you can specify an instant action. Okay, let's say when a customer is from Texas, what is the instant action that I want to do? Let's say send an email to this customer, or let's say send an email today and also send an email 10 days after they sign up for my product. So these kind of instant actions, scheduled actions, all of it is possible with the workflow automation that you see in Bigin. And of course, there's also a automation that's very easy to set up inside your pipelines. Let's think of this real-time scenario. Let's say, a deal is completed. You want to just send a follow-up email to your team. Hey, we have closed the deal. Thank you for your efforts and all those things. So for each stage in your pipeline, you can set up very specific automations through this stage automation feature that you see on screen. And of course, this is an interesting feature. It's called as email in, wherein if you have a group address, let's say bookings at zilkertravels.com. Let's say Zilker Travels is my company. So bookings at zilkertravels.com. If I get inquiries to this common email ID, I can automatically create a new record inside Bigin for these new requests. It automatically comes to your pipelines. And of course, you can assign, your team members to follow up, and a lot of conversion is, fast tracked with this email in option. And again, it extends to not just this specific scenario. Think of it as, your very, very miniature help desk application. So, you get requests from customers through multiple ways. You can also streamline it via email in, inside Begin. And connected records. So I spoke about multiple team pipelines option. So I think there is a sale pipeline in my case. Then there is a customer onboarding pipeline. Then there is, let's say, a customer support pipeline. So you can basically push one record, let's say, from one pipeline to subsequent pipeline. So a sale is done, push this record to the customer onboarding pipeline. Yes, onboarding is done. If they have further questions, the records will come to the customer support pipeline. Of course, support is done. If customer is ready to give a video shoot or a case study, yes, push it to the testimonial pipeline where a marketer can track this information. So a lot of work can be in sync with the connected records option. And again, it helps practically, right? You go check into a hotel, and let's say if the hotel room is not ready, even beyond the check-in point, you get upset. Basically, the process is not, fulfilled in this case. So think of it in your own processes, day-to-day processes, where all you can connect these multiple points. So that's where connected records come in. And file cabinet. So this is where a file collection happens easily. So again, I will take the travel industry example. I have a client who's going to holiday in Dubai, for example. I want to get their visa documents. I want to get their lot of other documents very easily. How do we do it? Do we send an email, wait for their response, follow up 30 times a day, get this document, download it, and then upload it back to CRM? Probably not. Let's do it this way. So you send a link. It's a unique link for every customer, the file cabinet link. So when they get the link, all they need to do is just upload the information in this link. And this comes to your CRM automatically, that all that you see here. So even your internal files and external files can be classified and categorized with the help of file cabinet feature. And moving on to the next topic, which is integrations. So Begin integrates with a lot of applications. So I'm gonna categorize it based on the type. For example, let's start with sales apps. If you use Shopify, for example, there is a native integration wherein all your orders from Shopify can be synced with Begin's pipelines. And next, the link match integration. So even though there is no direct integration of LinkedIn within Begin, there is a new topping or extension that we have inside Begin, which is called as link match. So if NASA is my company, which I want to get information from and put it on link in my CRM, the link match integration helps you bring this data. So any LinkedIn account that you see, any information that you want to send to your CRM, the link match integration comes very handy. And Zoho Sales IQ. You might know this popular application, just used for website visitor tracking, engagement of these leads. So all new leads that are there in your website, you can just simply push the information, which page they visited, what is like the status, any interactions that you had. So all these different kind of, website visitor tracking can be done with the Sales IQ integration. Zoho Voice. Of course, I mentioned that Zoho has like 100 plus telephony vendors in the marketplace. Zoho also has Zoho Voice, which is our own PBX platform. So if you use Zoho Voice to make calls, receive calls from your customers, you can integrate that with Begin, and it comes with a dialer. So you don't need to go to a separate app, do all that. So you can call in your customers right within the CRM. So marketing apps. Of course, Begin is primarily a sales app. So how well it integrates with other marketing apps determines how your customer experience is. So MailChimp integration. If you have your audience lists in MailChimp, of course, you can sync it with Begin, and any campaigns that you send, you can have it very, very targeted, and you can build lists basically with the MailChimp integration. And Constant Contact is another a very famous email marketing platform that also integrates very similar to MailChimp that way. So Zoho campaigns. So yes, Zoho campaigns integration. You can basically sync your lists just like MailChimp and create targeted campaigns. Zoho marketing automation, one of our new tools in Zoho, wherein you can create basically custom journeys for your leads that you get in marketing automation in your CRM. Zoho sites. Have you built a website with Zoho sites? You can build one, and then you can, probably get all the lead information from Zoho sites to Begin. Zoho Forms, another easier way to collect information from your customers that also syncs with, Begin in this case. Let's talk about operations. So Zoho Books and Zoho Invoice or our finance suite applications. So any estimates, invoices, any sales orders that you have basically syncs with Begin. So you can choose to integrate either of these platforms. Let's say if you just use invoicing from Zoho, bring that data within Begin, and you would know, when this customer paid last and all those things. And of course, Zoho Sign integration, wherein you can just e-sign your documents. So send this document to e-signature directly without leaving your CRM. And analytics, you can use Begin's data as a connector, as a way to analyze information in the larger analytics platform in Zoho Analytics. And of course, data prep. So if you're not aware of Zoho data prep, this software helps you clean your data before you push data into the larger analytics module. So it can help you refine your data based on the conditions that you set, eliminate junk and all those things. So even you can push data to the data prep from Begin. Collaboration platforms. You can actually add Begin as a tab inside Microsoft Teams, and you will get literally all the deal information. You'll have the pipeline basically embedded into Microsoft Teams. Let's say you're working on any collaborative projects, deals, for example, you can get the right context from your CRM this way. So desk integration. So sales and support has to go hand in hand. So any post-sale tickets that you get basically syncs with your CRM and vice versa. And Zoho FSM, which is field service management. So if you have field sales for field service reps, so basically, you want again your support data to sync with sales data, and that's where this integration comes in handy. Mail merge is a very, very famous and interesting integration that we usually recommend. Basically, if you want to just customize documents, a bulk in bulk. So let's say you are going to send 10 onboarding documents to new recruits, for example. How do you customize these multiple documents in bulk? That's where a mail merge integration in Zoho Writer, which is our writing application that we have in Begin, so that your Begin data can be one of those fields which you customize. Zoho projects. So sometimes, let's say in industries like real estate or interior design, for example, yes, you just win a deal, but what happens after that is like the crucial factor. You might want to have very specific project management solutions in that case. So that's where your Begin information can be synced with Zoho projects. And in Zoho projects, of course, you can track your milestones. Where are you in the process? Any deliverables that you are yet to match with the client's requirements. So all these detailed project management information is available in Zoho projects with Begin. So where can you find them all? We have a dedicated Begin marketplace. Of course, it has all the applications that I just spoke about. You can explore, you can see which integration you want. And very natural question that follows, what if I don't find my integration? So again, we have two options for that. One is the Zapier integration. Zapier integration, you know it. I think more than 7,000 applications integrate with Zapier today. So that's one option. Zoho Flow is Zoho's version of Zapier, if I can put it. So, of course, you can use Zoho Flow, integrate with more than 1,000 apps. Of course, you can also do some custom functions and all those things with Zoho Flow. That's another option wherein we can bring any SaaS application or any kind of data to your CRM. And of course, open APIs. A lot of customers also want to expose their data to, let's say, a third party system or bring data from a third party system to Bigin. So, open APIs are supported inside Bigin, and there's a full fledged developer center for people who want extensive extensibility, if I may put it. So, if you want to bring, or write some custom functions, scripting within Bigin, so that's possible with the developer center within Bigin, just like Zoho CRM. So let's come to the mobile first approach. So I was talking about this in my agenda. So when we started this Begin's journey, so one thing which we thought of was not all growing businesses are tied to their desktops, or they don't have sales admins who only do CRM part, and they don't have more resources. So of course they will be on the move. They are the sole owners sometimes in their company, and a lot of stuff happens when they're on the move. So that's why we made a very conscious decision to make it a mobile first CRM. When I say mobile first, if you see a feature on the desktop, we ensure to build it on the mobile app very, very soon. So most of the features that you see inside Begin's desktop version, you would also see the same inside the app. And of course, the app also, we made it very, very lightweight. We made it very UI friendly. Again, not just me who's saying that. You can check the multiple reviews on App Store and Google Play. So that's one thing which is the reason why Begin is fast growing. I'm sure you would have seen this in one of the keynotes presented yesterday. So Android, iOS, iPadOS, macOS. So we have dedicated applications for these different kinds of mobile applications. And of course, even if we use 4 devices, we have come up with multiple use cases to ensure that you can multitask. So let's say in on one screen, you have somewhere your document is located. And of course, you can put this document inside Begin simultaneously. So just drag this document on one side, put it on Begin on the other side. So that's one powerful way where you can move a lot of information on the go. And we also work closely with Samsung's development team, and that's why we were featured in Samsung's opening keynote not so long ago in their developer conferences. One of the apps that integrate tightly with the Samsung platform, and of course the recognition in the App Store platform. Begin was one of the most popular macOS apps. This was again not so long ago, and you have a built-in card scanner app, and it's powered by Apple's Vision technology. So if you meet me today, if you get my card, just scan it, put on your Begin. It's as easy as that. And live caller ID, when you're making calls, you just see this information pop up, and both making and receiving calls for both iOS and Android. And we all love editing information on the go. I see a lot of people with serious faces in the airport editing stuff, right? So when you are having, let's say, devices like iPad, so you get a very beautiful way to edit information on the go. We call it the sheet view in Begin. So wherein you have a spreadsheet like view inside the product, and when you just need to edit multiple information on the go, you can just simply click on these different rows and start editing. That's one powerful on the go feature that we have in Begin. It's called a sheet view. And not just that, so let's say I'm in real estate, and I'm just gonna scan this surrounding, attach this in my deal records, for example. There's a very powerful 3D scanner. So a lot of these OS specific platform features that you just see on screen, for example, are natively integrated within Begin. So even if, let's say, you just open your phone and just swipe down, you'll see your tasks for the day, activities for the day, how many calls do you have, without having to open the CRM separately. So that's how we have this mobile first approach within Begin. And of course, there is this crazy feature in Samsung phones, for example, where you just draw on the air and an action happens. So that's also supported sometimes if you're just very busy, or you don't want to deal with a lot of information that way. So scribble or make actions and it's done. And moving on to what's new, what are we building these days, what's we are focusing on. So new integration, QuickBooks. You can again bring in your estimates, invoices, sync it natively within Begin. And also, this is not a marketplace extension or an integration. This is built natively within Begin. You don't have to pay separately for this extension. So that's one recent integration that we launched in Begin. And of course, booking and appointment management. If you are a service industry customer, so you might want to have a calendar, put it on public view, get appointments from your customers. So that's where this feature, again a built-in feature called as the booking and appointment management, comes in handy. Basically, you don't want to have pay separately, let's say for a Calendly or any sort of booking management application. And collecting payments, yes, you are dealing with customers, and how do you ensure that you're getting paid on time? That's like a problem for a lot of freelancers, small businesses. So you have an option to send an email, trigger an email automatically to collect payments when you integrate with Stripe and PayPal. So that's one new integration that we just launched in Begin. And initiating conversations, I spoke about WhatsApp for business integration within Begin. So it's not just any incoming message that you want to talk to your customers. Any initiate conversations that you want to initiate through templates, that's also available within Begin right now. So you can basically build few templates, let's say holiday offers, that, this, and all those different kinds of templates. So formula fields, so this is a very new feature again. Probably you can use this integration as a way to do multiple different kind of numerical operations. So think of this use case. So you have a very specific field in your CRM. Let's say you want to categorize one set of leads when they have a positive score, and another set of deals when they have a negative score. So how does the CRM understand this? Basically, you set a formula field for that, and a lot of other options. So let's say you get first name, you get last name, and basically you want to gel them together as first name, last name. So again, this formula field helps in multiple ways. And very recently, we launched a brand new a paid edition of Begin called as Begin 360. Basically, it covers all these different toppings or extensions. I was talking about, let's say, the booking management, the email in feature. We have, this 360 covers all, the advanced features and the limits. So if you are an existing Begin customer, you can also check out this new option. Thank you. Thank you, Houston, for your time.